They fired her for saving a Navy SEAL. 24 hours later, the doorbell rang, and the world stopped breathing. The hospital boardroom was a coffin of silence. No one looked at her. No one spoke her name. Not the chief surgeon, not the HR director. Not the men and women whose lives she'd helped save for 10 years straight. Just a single sentence cold, rehearsed lifeless. Your employment is terminated immediately. That was it. They didn't ask why she did it. They didn't care. They just needed her gone. She stood there in her blood-soaked scrubs, hands trembling not from fear, but from something far colder. Betrayal. They threw her out like she was trash. But what they threw out was a hero. 24 hours earlier, the trauma bay exploded. Open, no ID, no warning, just a body. Mangled, bleeding, 40 bullet wounds. A whisper from a ghost in the shadows. He's one of ours, please, no questions. Just save him. There was no time for protocol, no time for approvals, no time for red tape. There was only time to fight death, and she did. She cracked his chest with her bare hands, clamped torn arteries, screamed for units of blood while her own heartbeat matched his fading one. 5 hours later, he lived. But the system didn't care. All it saw was a nurse who broke rules. A line crossed. A risk taken, so they made her pay. She left with her spine straight and her name already whispered like a curse through the hospital halls. But inside, she was falling to pieces. She had given that place her youth, her soul, her everything. And now, it was all gone with a sentence. The silence in her apartment was deafening. The walls felt like they were closing in, and her scrubs, still crusted with blood, felt heavier than armor. She stared out the window that night. No one called, no one asked. Not one single person from the hospital said a word. She whispered into the dark, was saving him worth. And then came the knock. The doorbell rang, just after sunrise, the world still gray. The air still wet from rain. She opened the door and froze. 6 men, lined up in the hallway. Broad shoulders, silent eyes. Faces carved by war. They didn't speak. They didn't need to. She knew the man in front stepped forward, his arm in a sling, his face stitched and pale. It was him. The one she brought back from the dead. In his hand, folded with reverence, an American flag. He held it out. No words. Until you saved one of us. Now you have all of us. Her knees gave.
The lungs refused to breathe.
Tears streamed before. She even knew she was crying. The man stepped closer, eyes locked with hers. We don't forget our own. Your family now. Behind him, the others stood still, not as bodyguards, not as soldiers, as brothers. Then he said the words that would burn themselves into history. Some people follow rules, others save lives. You didn't hesitate. And because of that, I'm breathing. My children still have a father. What happened next was something no protocol could prepare for. Word spread. It started with 1 veteran, then 2, then 50. Soon her street was lined with uniforms. They brought letters, medals, job offers. One brought a plaque, another brought her mother flowers and said thank you. Some just came to stand in silence, hand over heart, because the system may have discarded her. But the nation was standing up, and when the hospital board realized the fire they'd started was now a tidal wave, they panicked. An envelope arrived. Apology, reinstatement, promotion. She didn't even open it. Her silence was the answer because she didn't. Want her old title back? She had a new one now. Sister, savior, family, legend. A week later, another package arrived. Inside, a purple heart, a note, handwritten, when rules fail, heroes rise. No signature, but it didn't need one. She knew exactly who it came from. Emily Carter didn't ask. To be a symbol, she didn't save him for attention. She didn't break the rules to be famous. She did it because it was right, and in doing so, she found a brotherhood stronger than any badge or bureaucracy. She lost her job, but she gained a new name in the world, the woman who didn't flinch, the one who chose life over permission, and sometimes The door that slams in your face isn't the end of the hallway. It's the beginning of your true mission. If this story ripped your heart open and lit something in your soul, subscribe, smash that like button, and drop a salute in the comments. For every hero who risked everything for someone they didn't even know, because the world might forget, but we won't.